Alright, so I want to preface this by saying this isn't the start of my journey. This journey actually started 3 hours ago whenever I finally started to farm for slime balls. See, I need a lot of slime balls this season. I have a lot of projects involving slimes, but unfortunately I have not been able to find any. And while I did find a swamp while I was looking for moss last episode, I couldn't seem to find it again. So, where you join me here, it has now been around 3 to 5 hours since I started the search for slime, and I'm kind of losing it. As you can see in my inventory, I have 16 slime balls. While that's nowhere near what I need, I at least got a little, but turns out this won't be the end of my journey searching for slime on Guildcraft. But before we get too started, you can see we have a new member. His username is, of course, Saunders, as you can see, and he has built that little house there but on the other side of the well from Ken TV's house. And there's going to be a lot more progress on the server that we'll be highlighting as we go on. But right now, we're going to build a nether portal to go into the nether so we can start brewing up some potions of oozing to make this slime go a little further. So, finally, we get to light the portal and go in for me, the first time. Now, there is something I want to point out here. Draconic did have his own portal out the back of his base. We did not know this at the time, so of course we made our own, and it will later become actually a good thing that we made a second portal. But I do just want that to be a note in your life.
This is how we die. If we die, I lose all my levels and I'm gonna cry. I'm at 23.
25 of mine.
I have 23.
So, as you could hear, we were both a little cautious starting out this journey. See, I had just a couple seconds ago been able to look for the general area of a nether fortress. Luckily, I did hear that Draconic was in the nether before, and I was able to ask him if he knew where one was, and he was able to very helpfully send over some coordinates, so we were to start the trek. Unfortunately, Draconic hadn't gotten very near to the fortress, either that or we simply couldn't find his path. So we had to forge one for ourselves. So with a lot of pickaxe durability and a lot of sketchy bridging, we're going to make our way through the nether to the fortress. And so, after a long while of traveling, we finally had the fortress in our sights. Saunders and I both bridged our way cautiously, as this was the first time Gast had really been a bother on this journey thus far. Luckily, it took that long, but we made our way quite hastily off of our cobblestone bridging. So, as you can see, taking shots at this Gast here probably wasn't the smartest idea, because apparently it's firing back, so luckily we were able to dodge the fireball. But we are making our way into the fortress for the first time. Now, this is perfectly fine in of itself, but Saunders isn't exactly a professional at Minecraft, so I am going to kind of have to Sherpa him through this nether fortress encounter, though he did prove to be less of an encumberment than I thought he would. I'm sorry if you are watching this, but as we make our way into the fortress, we are met with the first obstacle, of course, that wither skeleton down there, which we can breeze past pretty easy. But we are here mainly for two things. Netherwort, which we just so conveniently already found, not even our first room in, which we can then use to brew awkward potions to brew whatever potions we truly need in the rest of the season. And the blaze rods, so we can also get a brewing stand and charge the brewing stand so we can brew those potions. Basically, what we're here for is entirely potion brewing. And while yes, we could grab the required blaze rods to beat the dragon, we don't think it's yet time for that. So, making our way to the blaze spawner, which was also very conveniently close, it is time to start farming up the blaze. But as you can see here in a second, it didn't exactly go exactly as planned.
How many blaze rods do you have?
No.
Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
Well, out a little too late.
Yeah.
So, as you can see, with only 3 blaze rods to our name, Saunders has unfortunately died, leaving me the only person in the fortress and soon the only person in the server. Luckily, I can trade out my pants for a little bit better with the iron, but as Saunders leaves here in a second to do whatever he must do, we are left very much so alone with the blaze, and I'm going to be completely honest with you, I had no assurance that I knew the way home, but for now, it was just time to collect the last few blaze rods we needed. But eventually, with 7 whole blaze rods to our name, it is time to start making our way back. And just as I had feared at the blaze spawner came true. I had absolutely no clue where our cobblestone path was. I thought I saw it there, but it was just a thing of salt, and oh, there it is out of the corner of my eye. Finally, I have a bit more sanctity that I can actually make it home. So, that's exactly what I start doing, bridging very precariously over lava, something I tried desperately to do well, but unfortunately some of the blocks were just out of reach. But eventually I make my way across the naturally generating pillars and bridging just to make this thing as safe as humanly possible. But speaking of safety, we are now kind of safe on our own little bridge, no longer at the mercy of the basalt delta. So now with the way back generally in my mind, but I'm not too confident how well it is in there, it is time to make our way back, hopefully, to our portal. Now, after a good while of travel back through the nether, we were able to find our way pretty well and get a little nice achievement for all of our troubles, killing the skeleton and entering back into the overworld through our portal just around this corner. There it is, in all of its glory. So, it is now time that we bring back Saunders into the picture. As we are here planting our nether wart, it does seem like Saunders is joining back.
And then you reconnected it. You got back? You're back?
Yep. I made it.
Sorry. Congratulations.
Got 7 blaze rods. Life is good.
Life is good.
And I think both of us summed it up amazingly there. Life was at this moment very good, but that was about to change into very bad. As I go up the waterfall to go ahead and steal one of the brewing stands from the Acacia village up there, we're about to see one of the biggest mistakes I've made yet on this server.
No, seriously, tell me.
I'm gonna kill myself.
I forgot food.
I'm gonna kill myself.
Why are you gonna kill yourself?
I forgot to make them awkward potions, so I just got 1 name potions. So, as you could see and hear, I had made a huge mistake. I forgot to use the nether wart that I had just planted all of to make them awkward potions before brewing them with the slime block. See, I am from the day and age where it just didn't let you brew something if you didn't have the correct setup. So whenever I put the slime block in there and it started brewing, I thought everything was okay. But now, after about 3 to 5 hours of waiting for slime for the first time, it's time to start the clock back up, as luckily I already had 3 slime chunks mined out. Or mostly mined out in the case of the third one. I did have to wait until I got more, so I could eventually complete the search for slime. But it is time we re-begin the trek. But spending hours on end, again, looking for slime wasn't exactly appealing to me. So my first real idea was to just simply let it happen in the background. So, in the time being, it's time to make our way out of the cave and maybe engage in a little bit of shenanigans here with some
Gavin! You asshole.
Hello.
Can you get him down here, actually, though? I don't want to lose him. Because if we lose him, then I am going to have to go in there and find another one. And wait.
Whoopsie daisy.
And go get more snowballs.
Whoops.
Please don't.
Whoops.
Gavin!
Whoops.
Just please get him down here.
And while, yes, Saunders was technically on my team in my guild, I couldn't help but have a little bit of fun. He had gotten this happy gas to look for a bastion, even though we already had upgrade templates. I'm not sure what he was looking for in them, but who was I to stop him? So instead of stopping him, I was just going to maybe inconvenience him a little. So I rode around on his happy gas for a while, took it for a joyride, all to distract me from the very tedious task of just searching for slime for hours on end, which it does look like I will still have to do in the near future. But for the time being, it's time to have a little bit of fun messing with Saunders here.
No! Stop it! Give me my freaking happy ghost. Give me my happy gas. Dude! Come here, buddy. No! Don't fly away.
If you hold out a snowball, it'll be attracted to you.
I know, but I don't have any.
Did you use them all?
I didn't use them all. I dropped them.
Why?
There we go. I got him. Dude, actually stop. Gavin.
Hold up. I have to run some errands.
Gavin! Actually! Dude.
Okay. I'll come down. Okay, but now is a bit of a quintessential point. If you are a Guildcraft member or are planning on joining someday soon, I want you to skip to the timestamp on screen. Okay, now that that's over and done with, it's time to talk about what exactly we're going to be doing with our base. So now that you all aren't in either my guild or are going to join the server, so long as you are not going to join the server or in my guild, you are allowed to know this. I am, of course, going to be creating a well base. See, I built the well in episode 1 as just kind of a structure, but I've slowly but surely fallen in love with the design. So what if we created an entire well? And honestly, with it being the oldest build on the server, it's kind of the center of every single guild, as I mentioned in the first episode. So what I want this well to be is kind of less of a secret base and more of a secret guild, the Well Keepers. See, the guild I'm currently creating above ground is nice and all, but I'm creating an even more elite group of people who are allowed down into the dungeon below the well to actually do some interesting activities that none of the other members know about. We can engage in a little bit of mischief down here without the prying eyes of some of the other factions. So, of course, making this Well Keepers faction is going to first require us making the base beneath the well. So, right now it is time to start work on making the secret entrance to the well. Now, please note, there is no replay footage of this. That's because I debated showing it on YouTube at all. But without further ado, it's time to get into building this secret entrance. And so the secret entrance is finally done. But the reason I'm not going to show you it right now is because, one, it is a secret, and two, I have invited everybody else back. Now, actually, they should all be coming back now. Welcome back in if you were, in fact, a member or plan to be one. Here is the outro. See, the reason I want to do so much work now is because we're actually opening up the server for applications. There is a Discord server in the description. If you are interested in joining Guildcraft, there is more than enough information there to get started on creating your application and actually joining the server as one of our first members outside of my actual close friend group. But other than that, another thing that we did in fact do during that time lapse is find a zombie villager, which we of course will be curing, this time not making mundane potions, hopefully. I mean, I would hope you can't make a mundane weakness potion, because you literally use water bottles. So, we're going to be curing that villager up between episodes, and hopefully getting more of the slime we need, because trust me, we need a lot more of it. So, this has been episode 3 of Guildcraft. If you have enjoyed the video, feel free to subscribe and stick around. Feel free to join the Discord, even if you don't plan on applying. It is a great place for the community of Guildcraft to be housed. And for the time being, it's back into the slime chunks with me. Thank you all for watching.